Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am Independent Gamer, and welcome to the very first episode of Mod Reviews. In this episode, I'm going to be looking at 4 Fallout New Vegas mods. The Old World ENB, which is a graphical ENB, obviously, and this is why these buildings and textures look so good. And that just happened. I'm keeping that in. That's what happens when you have mods installed, ladies and gentlemen. The next is Nevada Skies. As you can see, the sky bubble is much better. I don't know why I said bubble. It's the skybox. Really nice. I'll get into that in just a few seconds. I have the DarNified UI, which, as you can see, makes the font a little bit better, and I'll just jump into the menus right now. As you can see, they are much cleaner than they used to be in vanilla New Vegas. And last but not least is a little sound mod, an audio conversion mod called Ultimate Old Western UI Sound Overhaul. And I'm gonna go show you guys that in just a moment. But first, let me show you Nevada Skies. Now, Nevada Skies is a weather enhancement mod, and it's mostly for immersion into the Mojave Wasteland, but some of the things that it can do is, let me go into the cheat menu, it can have radiation storms, sandstorms, and rain. Rad storms, you will get an increased radiation over time, which is the only one that actually hurts you in this mod. Sandstorms just blur your vision to no hell, and rain is, well, rain. Under storms, I might show you one of these, but I want to show you the filters first. So here you have basic display weather conditions. It just pops up with a little Pip-Boy saying, you know, this is the temperature, this is the current weather conditions. Next is weather shuffle, so it'll give you a random weather mood, which I'll look at too. And also gives you random weather patterns, albeit rain or a thunderstorm. General settings, you can go in, change it English measuring system if you are, you know, somewhere else. I don't know. This is the thermohydrograph is the item that you use to access this menu. So if you want it to be dropped, which I don't recommend because then you lose it forever, and then you can't handle this mod at all, which kind of sucks because sadly this doesn't have a mod configuration menu, which I wish it did instead of this bulky Robco hacking menu thing. I don't like it as much as I do with the other weather mod that they have for New Vegas. I can't remember it off the top of my head. Help and credits, you can disable that and switch mode for weathers, which I have no idea what that does. Okay, I just did that. Storm settings, you can set how long they go, every few hours, every 0 to 2 days, and its duration. Same thing with the rain settings, every couple of days. Moods are kind of like filters. I'll show you actually a couple of these that I like. Rusted Rose is very nice. I'll enable that as a standalone, and as you can see, it has changed the sky to a rust red. You have some oranges and some yellows, and it just makes the world gloomy. And now, not all of them are as gloomy as this particular filter. So let's go into Western Skies, which is, oh wait, I have to go back and disable standalone back. Next page. Western skies is the standard one, and, well, Nevada sky is kind of screwed up there. Yeah, I don't know why it's doing that, but I think it'll sort itself out in a few seconds, or I can just go, wait, or no, it doesn't. Okay. Let's not use that mood, shall we? So, let's go back here. We'll disable it for now. Mods. Yeah, that's it. Back. Okay, so that's not the standard. Standard is no filters. Let's go back in. Let's see what else. Cheat menu, I already showed you. You can force rain, disable rad storms, disable some stuff. I'm actually going to show you guys an ice storm here. Go back. You don't have to go back. You can just hit the power button. And credits and help. Credits I'll just show. Just so he doesn't get butt mad. Alright. And then help is just general help, frequent, you know, ask questions. So let's go here. You're going to see the clouds start moving more faster. That grammar. But yeah, you'll see here that it's going to get very cold. And I believe that my vision will also get decreased. And there is a little bit of lag, but that's what mods do, is produce lag, and yeah, I can't see anything. Okay, there we go. And this is how your vision gets decreased to. It's about like 3 feet in front of you, and that's about it. It's a little annoying, but I mean, it adds something different to the game, and that's what I like about this mod, is that it's all about immersion. And I mean, I really can't complain about it doing this if the mod's meant to do this. And I don't want to talk to you because I'm at the beginning of the game, and you're gonna make me talk to you. So I'm gonna go disable that right now. Waiting. And oh no. This is why I hate is when you misclick something, you have to wait for everything to get drawn up. Storm, stop ice storm. Yeah, it takes a little while. It does take a little while, which is fine. Because some mods, I think the other one, I think it was Western Skies, I don't think I'm right on that, but it would just immediately change, and I did not like that. This one it changes over time, and that's what I like. So, I already went over DarNified and Nevada Skies. I guess I can go over this ENB real quick. This is the Old World ENB. As I said before, it is a beautiful, beautiful ENB. It's not too hard on my system. It still runs very good, and I'm actually going to jump into... I'm going to pause the game. And... should be... I forgot to have... oh, it's Shift-Enter, isn't it? Yeah, okay. So I'm going to go back in to the escape menu to show you guys the general stuff in it. You have this dual cursor stuff going on. I dislike it. That's why I went into the escape menu, so I don't accidentally shoot a bullet. And so you get, you know, your basic, you know, FPS up there, which is fine. I recommend setting... I'll get to it actually in a second. So your statistics, you get your stuff here. I don't know what that does, but don't worry about that. But here, you have global, so use effects, which means to enable or disable the ENB. If you have an NVIDIA card, you can enable those. I don't. I have a AMD. This filtering is nice, but it is kind of can be taxing on systems that cannot run certain games very well. It just makes it so that distant terrains aren't blurry. Windowed, I don't have to worry about that because this is in full screen, but if you are playing in windowed, you can make it where your cursor can go off the screen, which I don't know why you would want to do that, but you can. Memory, this is all set and done outside of the game into the config file, so you can make the game run faster with more memory as you put it in, and disable some stuff up here. I don't use these up here. The real stuff that I can configure down here is these. Post-processing and object processing, and when it says use original, it means that it's using the original Bethesda-packed shaders. So if you don't want those shaders, you can check those and it'll disable those shaders, the textures. Bloom just adds some really nice effects. Adaption is showing you the excuse me, when you look up in the sky, your eyes adjust. It's really bright at first, and then your eyes adjust, so it's lighter, and then you look back at the ground, and it's really, really dark, and then it adjusts back. I keep that because that's really... I like it because it's immersion, and I love immersion in my games. Depth of field, I'll actually enable that, and occultation I'll also put in. I don't use these two because my CPU speeds up, and I don't want it to speed up as much as I want it to, so I disable those. But depth of field is simple. It makes distant objects blurry and your focused object focused. Ambient occultation is the same, kind of like the same thing as depth of field, but adds like rays over certain objects, certain distant objects. Sun rays is obviously, if you look up at the sun, you'll see the sun rays radiate out. And detailed shadows make shadows more realistic, rather than, let's say, and I'll actually show you right now. Whoa. Okay, well that was the depth of field. As you can see, it was kind of blurry, but I wish it was sunny, so I could show you, but I guess it doesn't matter. But if I were to go here, and actually, let me disable my, or unequip my thing so I don't accidentally shoot something, and go over here and do detailed shadows. As you can see, this is a basic shadow on the window, but if I enable detailed shadow, you get kind of a different shade of it across the frame. Ambient occultation, as you can see, it makes lighting around certain objects darker or lighter, so that's nice. And depth of field, actually gonna, whoops, don't want to do that. I'm gonna go look at something really close. So as you can see, I'm looking at this crate right here, really close, and the objects in the background are blurry. Now if I look at that tree over there, it'll focus, while everything else kind of focuses, but still kind of blurry. So if you want kind of like an eye adaptation to your game for immersion, you can put that. It's really cool if you are a sniper class, because the scope takes a little time to adjust. So I'm just gonna disable those. Obviously the game is not as pretty without those, but whatever. The limiter pretty much makes it so that the game runs smoothly when you're playing it. I recommend using the FPS limiter if you don't want your system to overheat, because if I take this off, the FPS will go up to like 76 FPS, which is nice, yes. I won't disagree with you that more FPS is better, but it overheats my system. So I say if you're worried about your system overheating, put that on. I limit it to a standard 30 because that's what I record in, and I mean 30 is pretty average. And the wait busy renderer means that because not everything loads up at the same time in New Vegas. As you move, it renders in like so-called chunks, right? It's like Minecraft, 16 by 16, but in a game that doesn't have voxels. Those are the words that I'm looking for. If it doesn't have voxels, it's probably like 20 meters by 20 meters in game that renders. So if you're walking there, the game might freeze up a little bit. That's why I don't check it. But if your computer runs really slowly, I mean, you don't need this anyways because New Vegas is a pretty basic looking game. So I never put that on. These are just for, I have no clue actually, so bye. I won't talk about you. Enable edge anti-aliasing, that makes it so that things look smoother and not sharp and jagged like it does now. I highly recommend using this, because it makes everything beautiful. Oh, well, there's my character. Hi! Anyway, let us scroll down. All of this is just more customization if you want something to look brighter, such as the sun rays, how much light is shown on the ground at a certain time. You can do that. Whoa. Well, once again, buggy mods. And it looks like the sky, I guess, is just if you want the ENB to render the sky. Because I guess that's vanilla sky and that's ENB sky. What does that do? Well, if you uncheck that, well, you're going to have a tough time. Because you can't see shit. So keep that checked. And don't uncheck it. Fade time, that depth of field fade time is how long an object will take. Well, let me re-enable. Depth of field, where is that? Up here, yeah. So, it'll take 0.5 seconds for my eyes to adjust, and 0.5 seconds to readjust. And you can set that to whatever you want. So, for example, I will boost that up to a second. Right? Took 1 second to focus on that. It took 1 second to refocus on the distant object. So that's cool if you want if you want your character to be handicapped in the eyes, I guess. Sun rays multiplier, that means if you look at the sun and you fool around with bullcrap like that, it becomes really bright. So bright that it blinds me. So that was at what, 2? So I'll set that back to 2. Alright. And detailed shadow quality is pretty self-explanatory. It just means how detailed do you want your shadows? Do you want them or none at all, or, you know, very good? So that is the old world ENB. Now I'm going to show you guys the Western audio conversion, and I'm gonna actually go find something to kill. So let me get out my 9mm and let's go. Okay, so since this is the beginning, I don't know if I had to take Sunny's quest or not to get the geckos to spawn, and it looks like it did, so I'm not going to use that. Well, there's one example of the sound effects that's new to the game. And who are you? You are some random guy that will give me... Oh, actually, I will actually take your quest, sir. Yay, lag, what's wrong? Da-da-da, where is she? Blah, blah, blah. I'll see what I can do. Alright, let me go kill Gecko so I can show you guys some of these sound effects in more depth. And I believe I have to go up over here by this antenna-looking structure. So I'll meet you guys there. Alright, so I'm back, and there's a gecko, so I'm going to kill it. Well, that is the experience gaining sound effect. And I actually might show you the level up if I get enough kills. I don't think I will because I think I overdid my leveling. Thank you, player commands. Wait. Oh, damn. I thought, because my sneak is at 100 right now, I thought that would work. Obviously it's not. So, yeah, you get the basic gist. And the modder also did different music for it too. He completely redid all of the Fallout music with a with some banjo backdrops to them. So I'm about done here. So you get the cha-ching. There's like 30 more sound effects with it. I don't remember all of them off the top of my head, but they are really, really good. Especially if you like Western style sound effects, like I do. With the acoustic and the banjos, really good. So I'm going to show you the player advanced player.adv level and the sound effect. So that is the leveling up sound effect that you get every time that you ding. So that is the Western audio conversion. And I guess that's it for this episode. So till next time, I hope that you guys check out these mods. I will put the links down in the description down below, and hopefully things get better because I understand that this is the first episode and things are going to be a little bit rough. So if you guys have any suggestions onto how to improve my commentary and my reviewing of these mods, or I guess you could call them first looks because I'm not really saying, you know, 10 out of 10 or something. You guys can leave that down below. But until then, I will see you guys next time.